I think we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's live watch along, something a little bit different. We are live for the SA Under-20 versus Argentina match. The junior BOKS are in action. They beat Uruguay last week, Friday. And they're facing a very tough Argentina who absolutely dismantled Georgia. And it was 82 points to 10, I think it was. So it should be quite an interesting game today. But yeah, I mean, something a bit more sort of relaxed. I mean, yeah, there's a trophy to play off at the end of the series, but nothing too serious. And mostly just a chance for a lot of people to just see the youngsters and to see who's who in the zoo. And then hopefully, you know, a lot of these players will start pushing into the sort of senior sides. I mean, for example, we've already seen the likes of Jan-Hendrik Wessels, who's starting today playing for the Bulls. We've seen how Jordan Hendricks has suddenly become quite an important player for the Lions before he had to come down for the SA Springboks. It's under 20, so yeah, I mean, just a nice opportunity to see the youngsters. Kickoff will be in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go through the lines in a minute. Let's be honest, none of us are going to know too many of the SA players, let alone all the Argentina players. But it should be a very nice game. Argentina, the youngsters are a very spirited group, and it's always a tough game to play. Here's Argentina. Doesn't matter which age group, doesn't matter where they are. It's a very, very spirited side. That's what you can expect from Argentina. So yeah, we'll go through the side in just a minute. Yeah, as Simon Fender said, kickoff was at 3 o'clock. Hello, Grant Swart. I can't watch the game, so I'm relying on Stephen for updates. Well, we'll try and keep you updated. We'll make sure that hopefully everything goes according to plan. I had a couple of technical difficulties earlier, which I've never had before. So a nice opportunity for now to try and get that all sorted before tonight. We will be live, Lions versus the Western Province tonight at Ellis Park. I'm not expecting a great result for the Lions, to be honest. I think it's not the best side. But hey. So if we have a look at the SA Under-20 side that is starting today, please do smash like on the video, by the way, and like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So we'll go through the SA side. Quite a big Grey College and Paul boys lineup today. So we've got Kieran Horn at fullback, the Lions fullback, Kanan Moody, who scored 2 tries last weekend. He is with Ethan James, both a Western Province and a Bulls wing there. Hinkoff and Vake, very, very highly rated there. He's with Tyler Box in the center. As I said, 19-year-old sensation, really. Jordan Hendricks starts at fly half, and he's partnered with Bradley Davids. George Cornelia comes into the side and will take over the captaincy from Sasko and Lovu. And Sia Iningizia is the other flanker. Reinhard Ludwig and Simon Miller are the 2 locks today. And then we've got Corne Weelbach, Andre Hugo Fenter, son of Andre Fenter, and Jan-Hendrik Wessels, a very, very promising and exciting loose-head prop there. The bench there, I think they're about, it goes up to 27 today, and you can only use up to 8 subs, and you have to nominate a front row. So the bench is Jacques Wilson, Nolan Pinar, Sibasiso Shongwe, who's the nominated front row, but those 3, Reynard Roots, Reynard Mouton, Nico Stain, Sacha Ingomazulu, Inkoba Mkize, Dylan DeLu, Ivan Esterhazen, and Keelan Mudon. Delvin Blood is the rest of the bench. It's a very big bench. Basically, yeah, you can use up to, I'm pretty sure you can use up to 8 subs for the bench, and but you have to nominate front row. So those first 3 that we went through are the nominated front row. Kim said we can't show the game. It is illegal to show the game. We will get taken down for copyright, unfortunately. So this is where we all watch the game together, or if you can't watch the game, we're providing a live score. And not necessarily blow-by-blow commentary. I don't really call myself a commentator. We kind of sort of keep you up to date. It is pissing with rain over there. Well, that's not going to make for a particularly nice game, but it should be interesting to see how the youngsters adapt to the conditions. It is muddy. That looks horrible. That looks horrendous. Yeah, the conditions that they line up for the line-out. I mean, it's muddy. It's raining. Yeah. I'm quite comfortable in here. Maybe they need to get a heater in here, but they're certainly not envious of them all playing in those conditions. Grant Swart says, hopefully they'll check the Argentina captain's Twitter feed for future reference. Oh, yeah, no. It's amazing how social media has come back to bite so many players. You all had that major issue with the England bowler, Ollie Robinson, who was actually banned because for tweets in the past. So... But I just think it's so stupid. I mean, when you get these players into a Springbok camp, even in the the unions, first things first, go and sanitize all your social media. Go and make sure you've got nothing wrong with anything you said in the past that's going to come back to bite you. And I know that people say, oh, but the kids will be kids. But why take the risk? Go back, remove any sort of compromising things. You can learn, you can do stuff like that. But having said that, when you go look at some of the tweets and stuff like that, I mean, there's kids are kids, and then there's stuff that people are saying like 19, 20 years old. And by then you're old enough, That's when people are getting degrees, getting jobs. People are parents at 20 years old. So I don't like those sort of excuses at that age. But yes, let's hope none of these Argentinian youngsters have a harsh history that's going to come back and bite them. Yeah, as I said, I'm not really going to try and go through the Argentina side too much. I don't really know them. I don't think anybody does. I will try and find. So we've got the team there, and I want to try and find a couple of reference points to them. But yeah, let me know what you think of the game. What are your score predictions? It's a very good Argentina side, so I think that and Uruguay beat Georgia, so I think I think it should be a very, very difficult task. I don't think it's going to be a walkover at all, and I'm hoping that with the weather, it's going to be an opportunity for our pack to try and really come together. In terms of some of the schools on display today, we've got two great college boys in the front row, a couple of Paul boys as well, Selborne, JP, Glenwood, Maritzburg, Northwood, St. Albans, Paul Ruiz, Paul Kim. Yeah, quite a big representation of players across the different schools and stuff like that. In terms of the union's representative, I think we've got, let's see, Western Province, we've got a full Western Province, two in the front row and one lock. So we've got four Western Province players in the starting lineup. We've got two Bulls players, I believe. Quite a big Lions contingent. We've got 5 Lions players in the starting lineup, and I think 2 Sharks players, and the Cheetahs contracted player. So yeah, quite nicely represented, and hopefully, and quite a few players from the Varsity Cup. You'll remember that Andre Hugo Fenter, the son of Andre Fenter, legendary Springbok there, he is a Varsity Cup product, playing his tried for Marties. Yeah, just national anthems going on at the moment. Then we will have kickoff. What am I doing? Let me try and find this Argentina side so I can pick it out. Any players that you're particularly looking out for? Any exciting talents that caught your eye on Friday? Must admit, I was watching, but kind of with a half an eye. I was working at the time, so I couldn't really get invested into it properly. But quite a slow start from the Under-20s on Friday. They really sort of struggled to get going off the bat. You could see that they're a side that hasn't played rugby for quite a long time. So hopefully a bit of rust is out of their system. Remembering that a lot of these players, apart from the Varsity Cup players, but a lot of the contracted players who didn't play Varsity Cup, they just haven't played a lot of rugby lately. And this team hasn't had a lot of time to gel together. Remember, there was no Under-20 action last year. Quite a few of these players would have been involved in that. The likes of your George Cornelius, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Andre Hugo Fenter, I think, Jordan Hendricks. So those sort of players probably would have been involved last year. So, yeah. Please stop asking if I'm going to show the game. I can't. You cannot go and find a stream on YouTube, but it's very illegal to do that. The broadcast rights are completely owned by SuperSport and MultiChoice. So, yeah, no game footage there. Unfortunately, if we could, we would, but we can't, so we won't. But let's just get that underway right now. Grant Swart says that Brandon Coker preparation for the Lions versus Western Province match later. No, it's not. We have got kickoff here. Jordan Hendrickson gets the light underway. It's a horrendous kick. It's a horrible bounce. And I think that the Argentina managed to keep that from going forward. The conditions are horrible. I had a bachelor 2 weeks ago, so I've actually got about 4 bottles of brandy in this room, actually. But I'll try and wear off the temptation until at least later. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long day. So, Argentina with going to the boot early, you're going to see a lot of kicking in this game, and I think these conditions, as I said, they are horrible. Very nice take under the high ball from Kieran Horn, who ducked under the tackle as well. Nice from that Lions fullback. He blocks back in their own half. Ooh, that's a horrendous. That was not supposed to go to hand. Jordan Hendrickson there to clean up. Quite a couple of phases here from the junior box before they go into the boots. It's an early tester for the Argentina fullback who knocks it forward and into touch. So they'll have the option. I'm interested to see what they'll take here. Thinking of taking it quickly, but decided going against it. Oh, these conditions are horrible. Like, you know those games you play where it's not even like grass, it's just mud. So I suppose if any of these players want to audition for the United Rugby Championship, then this is not a bad condition to do it in. So if all those franchises are wondering if something like Jordan Hendricks, who I think has been very good for the Lions, and potentially could be becoming one of their sort of starting fly halves. It'd be a nice test for him in these sort of conditions. Where are they playing? It's in Stellenbosch at the Marcotta Field. It's Paul Roos down there. This on TV, yeah, it's Super Sport. It's whatever Super Sport rugby is. I think it's like 213 or 211 or something. Oh, we've got Kanan Moody down the blind side. Oh, he knocks it on off the back of the scrum. Nice run there from the Bulls wing. There was a penalty advantage. We'll go back for it. It was Ethan James who went down the blind side off the back of the maul there. Nice tackle on him, actually. I think that's Ramiro Weisberg from Argentina. So early penalty here from the junior box. Not going for points, deciding to kick towards the corner, as Jordan Hendricks does the duties. Didn't play on Friday, was being rested for this game. Chris McGowan, I'll have you commentating in the background. Well, that's kind of the point, you know, of the watch along stuff like that. So, you know, it's not, as I said, I don't really do this as 100% commentary. It's more sort of, the idea is that we all kind of watch the game and just kind of chat over here instead of listening to Butch James. Crap, to be honest. So, yeah, first, another more here from the junior box. They've been told to use it. Benter at the back. They go to inside crash ball for Tyler Box. And that's well played by Argentina. The Springboks got the box guilty there of not sitting the ball off. They got a knock-on advantage though. So I'll start with, we have a scrum. We have the first scrum of the day. Very nice carry there from Tyler Box, but nobody protecting the ball. And scrum off Bradley Davis just caught it a little bit. Yeah, settled in for what's going to be a very messy, set-piece driven game. I think it's, as I said, these weather conditions are horrendous. It's still pissing down with rain. Looks very soft underfoot. I don't know how well the scrums are going to counter. It's a big scrum from Argentina. And it's a knock-on there, I think, from Bradley Davis at the base of the scrum. So there'll be another reset, another scrum, but it'll have Argentina's put in. That's it's a big scrum throw, by the way, from Argentina. I think it's a loose edge here with the, oh my goodness, they just get bigger. How are these kids under 20 years old? Look, I mean, we do have Jan Hendrik Wessels, who is an absolute unit. Very nice Argentina kit. Why do Argentina always have such nice kits? There's one nation which kit I would want to get. It's probably the Argentina. That's a huge scrum from Argentina. They're still going. They picked up and used it eventually. Yeah, a massive scrum there from Argentina. So, I mean, as I said, that front row was very large. And the SA front row under a lot of pressure there. First blood Argentina during the scrums. The penalties for tackling not releasing. So I don't think it was from the scrum, but it was a massive effort. Chris saying another knock on this doesn't bode well. Will the rain let up? Well, if anybody in Cape Town is in and around Stellenbosch and you see any nice weather, feel free. But I mean, looking at the clouds, it just looks like it's horrible from all over the place. So I don't think, as I said, I think we're going to be for a very messy game. I didn't actually catch the game earlier, so I don't know what the conditions were like. The commentators were saying that the conditions in the warm-up were quite good. I don't know what changed, but this is horrible. Penalty to the junior box. I think it's for changing the point of contact. I don't know what it was for there. And he's given 10 meters as well. And this junior box will go for poles. Good to short in there. Bit of a conference between Jordan Henderson and George Kinnear. Yeah, I think your big players that you want to watch out for. George Kinnear from Grey College, a very, very big player, big leader. Jan Hendrik Wessel has been touted as a potential Springbok in the future. Jordan Hendricks has already played Rainbow Cup level. I think after the series will be probably starting in the Currie Cup. Henko van Beek's very very talented, was quite a big success at schoolwear level. Andre Hugo Venter, obviously being the son of Andre Venter, is going to be quite highly rated. Had a very nice campaign with Marty's this season. Who are other players to look out for? Yeah, I think those are sort of your big ones. He's got a very nice boot in him, does Jordan Hendricks. Strikes it very well. He turns immediately. Very nice strike there from Jordan Hendricks. The junior box take first blood. They take 3 points up in the first 7 minutes. That sounds like Cape Town, where there's sunshine in the morning and rainstorm by lunchtime. All seasons in a day. Yeah, I was in Grahamstown for 6 years, and yeah, that slightly similar to the Cape weather, where you'd go in the morning and you'd dress warmly, and by the time you come out of a lecture, it's like 4 degrees, raining, wet, and horrible. And down there, we walk everywhere. We don't have any cars. We walk everywhere. Nice take from the kickoff, and they go long here with a nice kick. It's a very nice follow-up. I think it's Henko van Beek who's made the tackle there. Argentina under a lot of pressure, and they've won a penalty. That's brilliant kick chase. I mean, it's becoming harder and harder to see what's going on between all the mud, but it's Henko van Beek, who I think was with Q and Horn, chased down the Argentina after the kick ahead. They've won another penalty in a very good area. It was very kickable, but I think they smell a bit of blood here, so Jordan Hendricks has been told to go kick towards the corner. And that's on touch on the 5 meter. Yeah, it was Moody and Henko van Beek. Moody making the initial tackle, and Henko van Beek there ready to go over and winning the penalty for holding on. Very nice player there. Please do smash a like. 30 people watching here. Let's try and see if we can get up to 10 likes before half time. Clean line win for the junior box. They've shifted the point. I was about to say, and he's turned over, and I think he's got grounding. Held up is Simon Miller. Well, it's almost a bit of a butcher, because they try to shift the point of contact with him more to the left, and he actually turned around. There's actually nobody ahead of him. So instead of moving the ball back towards the man at the back, they kind of just sort of turned around and went for it. That is very good. I mean, from the young scrum half, Mateo Albanese it is, he gets underneath the ball. Perfect tackle from him to hold the ball up. Very well played by the... Are they the junior Pumas? What are they? I mean, do the Argentina Under-20s have a nickname? Pumitas. The Pumitas, apparently. Right, scrum time. Our last time was a big scrum from Argentina. So let's see if this junior box pack can respond. Much better. Very solid scrum. They use it now. Jordan Hendricks goes inside. Henko van Beek, and through. That is just raw power. Raw power there from the Lions 20-year-old. Made his name whilst playing for Monument at school, combining with his provincial teammate. Tyler Box running a bit of a dummy line, and Jordan Hendricks delaying the pass, and then Henko van Beek running the line back across towards the scrum. Just tore straight through the Argentina defense. Nobody even looked like stopping him there. Nice switch of play. Comes in at pace, shrugs off a couple of defenders. Yeah, it's very well played. We stepped inside, Albanese stepped inside, Wolfsburg ran into Jacques on a video, but he couldn't stop him. So Jordan Henderson will have a second kickoff of the match. We're just 10 minutes in. Brazos Pumitas sounds right above my Spanish I learned from watching Dora the Explorer. Well, it's a very nice kick from Jordan Hendrickson. So his personal points tally goes up to 5. The junior Springboks take up a nice 10-0 lead early on. This looks much better for a side that really struggled to get going against Uruguay in the early stages. They've started like a house on fire here. Butch, I've been saying that for a while. Butch is asking if we're going to see a 9-10 combination of the Springboks between Jaden and Jordan Hendrickson. I think I said it after the first game I saw Jordan Hendrickson. These two Hendrickses are unbelievably talented. I mean, Jaden Hendrickson could be in the box squad right now. And I'll tell you what, if Jordan Hendrickson plays like he did in those couple of games from the Rainbow Cup, You find the perfect replacement for Alton Yankees at the Lions. Nice takeoff from the kickoff from there from the junior box. Benton now carried up, but it's a big hit on him. He's still going though. Now Bradley Davids kicks ahead. Moody chasing. I think he's got the timing. No, got the timing right. It's a very nice take from Argentina. So they get themselves into the junior block territory for the first time actually of the game. Sniping is the young scrum off. And a penalty for not releasing against the junior box. So Argentina will have their first opportunity either to kick a goal or potentially to put the ball into the corner. I mean, these forwards are huge. Yeah, I'm going to go to Poles. It's this hooker, Batista Bernasconi. Let me go see if I can try and find how heavy he is. Because he's a mess. He's a unit. So yeah, Argentina going for Poles. Trying and respond and get some points on the board of themselves. The kicker will be their flower half, who is Remember Westberg. If you're Argentinian, apologies for the enunciation, and all the ciations. Who am I checking here? Oh yeah, Batista. No, this is Thomas. Well, it's a very nice kick there from the fly half. So the Argentina hits back the Pumitas. So 10 points to 3 after 30 minutes. So we're sitting here scoring a point a minute over here. So along with that continue, might be in for an 80-point encounter. Henderson goes deep. It's not a great from kicking. It's going to roll all the way over the dead ball line. So the first error from the young Lions fly half. Here we go. He's 115 kgs. Jeepers. Especially when he's sitting at 1.74. Not the tallest man, but jeepers, he's built like a fridge. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, sorry, this blooming cables are ruined. I need to go buy myself a new one. I think the sound should be back. Sean O'Farrell, hello Sean. Did you see the law changes will Rugby announced saying they will kick in by the 1st of August? I haven't actually. I haven't actually really done much. I was doing a lot of admin this morning, a lot of running around, so I haven't actually done any. Yeah, I haven't taken any news and stuff like that. So what are the law changes? Okay, another penalty here. So this is much better from the Pumitas, who had a huge scrum. Now they want a penalty. And they're going to have another kick a goal. Tell you what, this Argentina pack looks very big, and it looks like they're going to... This Junior Springboks are going to be in for a long day at scrum time. Looks like it started raining, touch wood. I mean, the damage has been done. Another solid looking kick that goes straight down the middle from Ramiro Westberg from the Argentina, and they hit back with another 3-pointer, the 10 points to 6. We're still sticking to a point a minute at the moment. This is a gigantic scrum. I'd love to find the weight of all this front row. Let's see what we can find here, because they all look like they are huge. Okay, so the restart was a bit better from Jordan Hendrickson there. Meters returned the favour, and they've kicked into the Springbok half, so the junior box will have a line out just inside their own half. Another solid line out win there. And Brady Davids goes to the boot. Nice chase again from Moody. Been very, very good under the chase, and it looks like George Cornier, they're trying to turn the ball over. I think losing the ball in the process, so it's another knock-on. So as I said, yeah, unfortunately it's going to be a very, very messy day ahead. Grant Swart Kickles have 66 out of 90, take a penalty conversion, good. 7 points will automatically be given if a try scored under the posts. That's actually a really cool rule. I never even thought about that. It makes so much sense. 40-20 and goal line dropout are two rules that are going to be tried at a test level. I quite like the goal line dropout, actually. I must admit, I know it's quite different and quite strange, but I quite enjoyed it. It's nice. I mean, yeah, anything that gets the ball in play more, and speeds up the game. So, for example, that 7-pointer under the poles is actually a great law. Oh, they knocked it. No, they knocked it back. It's another big scrum from Argentina, by the way. They've kicked in behind. So Weisberg has turned Kuhn Horn, who returns the favour. Looks like it's got quite a nice boost in him. Doesn't find touch. Now they're kicking battle. This time Horn will not have the safe touch, so it's Hendrickson. So he launches into Argentina territory. He spots a bit of space down the right. Does he get the bounce? Oh, brilliant. Brilliant stuff from the junior block there. Spotted some space, put it in the torpedo. It's bounced perfectly, and he's pinned Argentina back all the way to within their 22. 50-22, yeah, I'm with you, Sean Farrell. I tell you, I could watch Jordan Henderson play all day. I'm obviously very biased to Lions fan, but when he played for the Lions and now over here, he looks like such a good player. It kind of reminds me of Pollard in terms of just seeing such a complete player at such a young age. It's a solid win for Argentina. They're still in the 22, so they've got the safety. They've created themselves a bit of an angle. So this will go back to Weisberg, and that's a horrible kick. He's completely hooked that. So the junior box will have a line out just by the 22 of Argentina. It's a great opportunity for them. Both teams' lineouts working quite well so far in the early stages here. And both won. I mean, all 5 lineouts, 3 have gone to. Oh, and as I said, I tell you what, it's you talk about commentators' curse. Oh my goodness, that's a brilliant run through the middle of Argentina. Solid tackle by Q and Horman. Argentina are up into the halfway line, and they've knocked it on in the process. It was a great run there by Argentina, but again, the Steve curse was kicking in there after saying that all the lineouts were going well. Junior box going straight over the top. We've got time off here. Time was off for an injury, but he's up and walking. So, Connor, the game is being shown on Supersport Rugby. I don't know what number the channel is, but that's the only way you can watch it in South Africa, unfortunately. So another scrum here, and the scrums, I tell you, it's been a huge battle of the scrums. And so far, Argentina's been dominating. So junior box need to get this in and out quite quickly. A much better scrum, having said that, from the junior box. Holds up nicely. They go to Q and Horn, use that left boot. Almost sort of just chips it over there. There's a favorable bounce. It's going to set up right there. It's a very nice kick chase there from Ethan James. Now the pressure comes in from the junior box forwards. Argentina under a lot of pressure, but they managed to keep it. And Argentina go into the box kick, and they find touch a very nice touch finder from the scrum off there from Argentina. Matteo Albanese actually played quite well. Hang on, they're playing. They're taking it quickly. Supersport, can you catch up, please? How are we still watching the replay? They're currently playing, chaps. Thank you. Hendrickson, Penta. That's a very big. Oh, that's a big hit. It's a very nice carry there, but Hendrickson, he goes outside. Sasko. And Canon Moody goes over the junior box. Very nicely worked. Very good handling in very, very horrible conditions. There was some fantastic handling there. Sasko and Glover. Well, there we go. Connor was just asking about him. I really like him, and he's just assisted a very nice try there. Canon Moody gets his third of the series. That's very, very well worked by the junior box. They took it quickly. Ran up a couple of phases, then they went to Jordan Hendrickson, and they saw the space out wide. Sasko and Glovu, I mean, perfect. From and Glovu there. Waited the pass perfectly. By the time he gave it to Moody, there was just nobody in front of him. The easiest finish of his life. Very nicely worked from the junior box. Jordan Hendrickson had a nice part in that. He'll now try and add the extras. Sean saying there was a thing with the 20-minute red card. Australia wants to test it, but there's a divide on it. Grant says I don't really like the 20-minute red card rule. Yeah, I just don't feel like it's a major punishment. I mean, maybe you could talk about a similar sort of thing. I think 20 minutes is too little. I mean, maybe half an hour. I don't know. But, you know, I mean, a red card needs to be like something really serious. You really need to make sure you don't want to go for a red card. But the problem is that we are getting more and more red cards with changing laws. So, tricky one. Yeah, it's such nice play from the junior box. Very nice handling there. Sasko and Glovu with the final pass. A couple of choice words there from Francisco Sani Caridi. But as I said, we keep. My timer back on. We are still scoring at our point a minute. We've had very little time stopped actually, which has been quite nice. I've learned to Clark. We can't watch this match from Ireland, so I can't watch the STV. I don't know if they're showing it overseas. I have no idea if they are showing it or if it's available. I'll be surprised if it is. Hendricks has kicked that out in on the full. So another mistake there from the 19-year-old. A good running more here from Argentina. They're still going. They're still going. No, they're still going. They're still going. And there he is, the man we were talking about earlier. The unit that is Bautista Bernasconi. He goes over. Argentina hit back. It was very, very easy for him. He kind of looked up and suddenly saw nobody down the blind side after a massive maul. And this Argentina pack is keeping them back in the game. They hit back 17 points to 11 in the 25th minute. Game on. Game on. As I said, this Argentina pack is giving the junior box nightmares at the moment. They've been very, very good. This front row is very big, very physical. Another very nice kick there. I suppose kicked well actually when he's had the opportunity. GHB saying, how do you feel about the 50-22 rule? I feel like rugby tackles are still evolving, so maybe it's a bit rash to make such a big law change just to get less defenders on the front line. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan about it, to be honest. I think we're just trying to complicate things, you know. Why, I mean, is it really broken? Is it really broken? Do we need to fix it? I get that we want to speed up play and we want to have more tries, you want to make it more exciting, but I think that, you know, if you look at the 2019 World Cup, there was some really nice rugby being played. So I think it is a bit rash. I don't think there's much of a need of it. I think that we're changing so many things at the moment. Look, a lot of them are very nice changes. I think, you know, that the 7-pointer, for example, for trying to the polls, adding a kick clock, I think, makes a big difference. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the 50-22 law, to be honest. I just think that we're trying too hard, try and change things almost for the sake of changing things. Have to collect any subs yet? No subs at the moment. We are just 27 minutes in. There can be quite a few subs though. Ashwan Affair said, I feel like I'm mixing league with the union. Yeah, completely. You know, let's keep the core principles going here. Let's not complicate things. Oh, that's a mistake from Argentina. That's a mistake. Kuhn Hall has been looking very good. He's been using that left boot very, very well. He's kicked deep there, and Argentina have knocked the ball forward, which means that South Africa will have a scrum inside Argentina territory. 27 minutes played so far. Already 30 points. Willem de Klerk, how's Van Wyk play? Scored a very, very nice try. With a lot of power. I mean, it's been very wet, so we haven't really sort of seen the centers getting too much ball. Yeah, it's the fullback there from Argentina, who's Santiago Verfelt. It's a better scrum from the junior box. Henk van Wyk spills it forward. I think it was a knock. It was a forward pass anyway. So yeah, there we go. First time that we've really sort of, since the try that Henk van Wyk scored, trying to get the centers into a bit of space there, knocking the ball on as he goes into that gap. Corner Kalina says, do you feel like South Africa is losing quality players in the Northern Hemisphere? Of course we are. You know, I mean, we look at the bulk of the Springbok squad coming from the Northern Hemisphere these days, really. It's a harsh reality, though, and I think that the only way it's going to change is if we somehow manage to, just spinning the ball forward there. Quite a flat pass there from Hendrik Surf for Henk van Wyk, attacking the line with a lot of speed. We are losing a lot of players, and I think we'll keep losing a lot of players until we can find a massive financial injection. It's the only way. It's the reason we went north. You know, the reason we went north is to hopefully try and boost revenue, and if that happens, then maybe they're going to start looking at increasing the salary cap. And if we can increase the salary cap and we can maybe make the Springbok contracts bigger, we can try and keep more players in the country. But at the end of the day, it's something we've had to embrace, because if we didn't embrace it, we wouldn't have won the World Cup. So, I mean, look, there's a lot to be said for the experience that you get playing overseas, playing in different conditions, playing with different coaches, playing with different players. It definitely improves a player, you know. And that's another massive scrum from Argentina. The number 8 comes off. He's going himself. Strong run there from Oviedo. Now still going. Argentina, nice step inside from the number 14. That's Caridi. They're still going. Argentina well in the SA side, in SA half. Oh, and that's my boy Bernasconi, who knocks it on. So they'll go back for the penalty advantage. Another massive scrum. Both sides have won all their scrums. The junior box have been quite solid when they've had the puts in. Definitely haven't dominated, but they've been fairly solid. But whenever the Argentina have had the puts in, it's been a huge effort from them. So Weisberg will kick towards the right-hand side. He's behind the 10-meter line, so let's see where he can end up. It looks like he's found touch on the 10-meter line of the junior box. It's quite a nice touch finder from him. This is a game for the so-called purists. You know, if you love your scrumming, you love your set pieces, you love your front rows and big physicality, then that's exactly what we've seen today. There's some big boys in this field. Another clean line-out win for Argentina. Last time they had a line-up, they mauled a good 10-15 meters before breaking away for the try. Bernasconi is still the man with and they go once again. They're still going with this more. They've gained. They're almost up to the 22 from the 10 meter. Junior box have now piled in and managing to force it back. So Argentina have to use it. They go down the blind side. Some nice handling. The wings down the go. Does he have all the pace? Steps inside. Jordan Hendrickson. Brilliant tackle from him. And has been held up. Jordan Hendrickson take a ball. It was Francisco Caridi who went down the blind side, stepped inside the junior block wing, but Jordan Henderson was there. Very nice tackle, and him managing to wrap the ball up in the tackle as well, forcing it to be held up. So we'll restart with the Argentina scrum, which is not good news. Very nice handling. Yeah, I think it's the inside center from Matteo Graziano. Kieran Horn just gets completely done with the inside step, but Jordan Henderson comes along. That's a very nice tackle. Tackles him on ball and all, not moving anywhere. It almost looked like there was grounding, but apparently not from the referee, so we'll go back for the scrum. They're going to have a reset scrum here. So there's an Argentina scrum on the 5 meter. I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to have any stats for this game. I don't think Ultimate Rugby or any of those people have got statisticians there, which is quite unfortunate. It'll be quite interesting to see what some of the stats are, tackling wise and stuff. The better scrum from the junior box, and Argentina have had to use it, so they're still on the front foot here. Ball pops out, and they have to use it, so the number 13 gets involved. It's a nice carry from Justo Picardo. Oh, he's still going. They came right up to the try line. Really good carry there. I think it was Gomez, the captain, number 7 for Argentina. Pick and go, but nice and solid defense. They've got options to Argentina. I think this is not looking good. They choose to use it. Cross kick comes in. A lot of space right wide. Oh, he's made a fumble of it. He's chucked it inside though. The ball's still alive. A lot of pressure coming in from the junior box. But Argentina managed to keep it. They pinned back to the 22 though. Anker van Veek with a tackle there and try and steal the ball on the ground. But they've missed it. So Argentina have got it available on the 22 meters. Pick up and go. Couple of pick up and goes. Argentina struggling to get any sort of forward momentum. So a nice defense here so far from the junior box. It's been ripped in the tackle. So here we go. Hendrickson carrying it. Oh, it's a very nice step there from Argentina after the kick ahead. Kieran Horn with another good take underneath the high ball. He's done well so far, Kieran Horn. Missed that tackle on Paridi, but apart from that, he's been quite solid. Now George Cornier, the captain, he's still going. It's a nice carry from him. Oh, they go down the fenter. The ball comes back. Oh, the loose forward's trying to combine, but it's been kicked ahead from Jan Hendrik Vessels. Are you still going? That's good. Lover there. Wraps up. Argentina have been pinned back all the way to their 5 meter line. The junior box are piling in. The Argentina have been paid all the way back to their 5 meter line. Their forwards eventually come back for pick up and go, but some very nice work there from the loose forwards. It was Ngiza and Lovu who were trying to combine before Jan Hendrik Vessels kicked the ball ahead. And the scrum off there, eventually go into the boot. He hasn't found touch though, so Jordan Henderson's going to have an opportunity to go. And that's managed to keep the ball inside. Strong carry there from Simon Miller, the big lock. Now the tight head, corner whaleback. But it looks like the Argentina have turned it over. The penalty comes, the call comes to the referee for a knock on there. I think it was Viberg who knocked it on in the tackle. Very, very, as I said, it's been end-to-end stuff. We're now 36 minutes in. We've had a 2-second stoppage the entire game. So it's actually been a really, for a wet and horrible conditions match, at least we've seen quite a lot of action. Right, so we're going to have a scrum down here. Then we'll get to the common stuff like that. We'll have a reset. Alright, so where were we? Do you think Nico would have started if he wasn't out? If you're talking about Nico Staley, he's on the bench, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's on the bench. I see Damon Delindi and Archie will be available for the box after the party. Yeah, I see that I saw on Twitter now they've been cleared to travel. So hopefully they will... my only worry is if they're cleared to travel, how well do you have to be to travel versus be able to play rugby? So, yeah, so they've been cleared, and hopefully we'll be back quite soon. Please stop asking me to share the stream. I'm watching on on DSTV. It's the only place you can watch it on South African. Unfortunately, I can't show you anything, or else the channel gets taken down very quickly. So, yeah, if the only way to watch the match, unfortunately, is to stream it with the DSTV now, or to watch it with a DSTV decoder. Another scrum here for Argentina. And they picked up and go at the back. It's a strong carry. Very nice tackle on Argentina number 8 from Tyler BOKS. It's a very strong tackle from the inside centre. Just a minute left to play, so I think Argentina will probably look to wind the clock down. They're not a great box kick there, so junior box will have a line out inside this Argentina 22 meters. And yeah, with a minute to go, this could be the perfect time to try and strike again. In a very, very close half. So if the junior box can try and snatch a try at 4 half time, there'll be some nice momentum to carry into the shed. A messy line out. But the junior box have managed to keep it. Big carry there from Vessels. That's a very good, looked like a very good turnover. There is a penalty for the junior box, so the hooter has gone. So a big decision you have to make. Will they go for the line out, or are they going to take some 3 points and go to half time? No, it looks like they're going to go for the line out. Hendricks finds touch, so the junior box will have a last go at roll at the dice in the first half here, try and get some points to the board. 70 points to 13. It's been a very, very even clash. And that's another messy line out. So Argentina won the line out, so I reckon they'll probably kick into touch and sort of roll the dice and call it there. Yeah, there goes the kick. So half-time, 17-13. Junior box are ahead, 2 tries to 1. A very nice half, actually. I think quite surprising given the conditions. It's very wet, lots of rain early on. But a solid performance from the junior box. Still very much in it are Argentina. That big front row of theirs was causing quite a lot of problems. And quite a few things to chat about for Fernando Mtleko and his team. But yeah, I'll take a very quick break here and we'll be back very soon. So don't go anywhere. Please do smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. First of 2 watch-alongs today. We will be live again tonight for the Currie Cup game between the Lions and the Western Province. So yeah, subscribe and turn your notifications on so you get a notification when we do go live. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. Right, we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our coverage of the Junior Box versus the Pumitas Argentina SC Under-20 in the Under-20 series down in Stellenbosch. Half-time score currently sits at 17 points to 13. Unfortunately, no stats we can give you because they aren't really tracking the stats down there. But what's quite an interesting half, the Junior Box started really, really well, but as soon as Argentina had an opportunity to start getting into the Junior Box half, you know, that very, very powerful pack of theirs has made quite a big difference. They've been winning a lot of the scrums, had a very nice rolling maul, which then saw the hooker Berlusconi go around the blind side and go over. So it's very much a game in the balance, I think. Conditions are horrible. Very, very wet. It was raining a lot before the game and during the beginning part of the game. It has seemed to have stopped raining, but it's very muddy, very wet underfoot. So it's been quite messy. Lots of set pieces, lots of scrums. So, yeah, I mean, it should be quite an interesting second half. I mean, players who I thought were pretty good for the SC Under-20s in that first half. I thought Sasko and Lobo had a very nice try. Sis, Henkoff and Vake's been very tidy, both on attack and on defense. I thought that Kenan Moody has looked pretty good. Scored a very nice try and has chased down kicks pretty well. Kieran Horn did get outstepped by Francisco Caridi, but apart from that, he's been very good. Very nice left foot there. So, yeah, it's been a solid half for the SC Under-20s. Very impressive Jordan Hendrickson at the moment. A couple of mistakes in him, but he just looks like a very confident, very complete player at 19. You know, he's managed the game pretty well. His kicking's been pretty good. It's kind of sort of picking up where he left off with the Lions. So, yeah, long may that continue, I suppose. So yeah, give me what do you reckon your full-time score predictions are? Please do smash like on the video. Sitting on 7 likes. Let's see if we can get up to over 10 likes. Please subscribe to the channel as well. We're pushing for 1,800 likes on our road to 2,000, which would be really, really cool. So if you're not subscribed yet, please do. First of 2 watch-alongs will be live again tonight. It is Lions versus the Western Province midweek Currie Cup action. Western Province looking to try and make it 2 wins out of 2, and the Lions are going to try and respond to their 39-10 decimation at the hands of the Pumas, the South African Pumas, on Friday night. Let me know where you're watching from, by the way. Let's see. Are we all in South Africa? Are we international? Let me know where you're watching from. Who you're supporting. Do you have any Argentinians on the stream here? Players, I think we'll look. Be nice to see in the second half. We've got Jacques Hussen who can come on. Salbornian, all Salbornian. Currently plays trade with the Sharks. He was known as the Raging Bull. Became a bit of at school level. Became a bit of a cult hero down there at schoolboy level. So it'll be interesting to see what he's like when he comes on. Quite a few Bulls players on the bench. And the starting lineup has been pretty much stacked, mostly with Western Province and Lions players. Right, so Grant Swartz is saying full-time score 26. That's a decent shot, very decent shot. Weather still looks pretty gloomy. Oh my goodness. It's a max temp of 14 degrees, min temp of 8 degrees. The wind speed is 10 km per hour, and the weather conditions is rain. Watching the stream from Bahrain. What are you doing in Bahrain? I don't think I've ever met somebody who's even been to Bahrain, let alone from Bahrain. I can imagine you're pretty starved of rugby over there. Can't imagine there's too much rugby being played over there. No, don't do this to me. We had the same issue last time with kept disconnecting and reconnecting, so from Cape Town, living in Bahrain. Well, to be fair, weather-wise, it's probably better in Bahrain at the moment, I'd imagine. Probably definitely a bit warmer. So I understand we are having a bit of issues with connectivity. I don't know why. We shouldn't be, but if that continues, then we'll might have to restart and stuff like that. Yeah, looking at the highlights, very nice first try from Henk van Beek. It was a very nice line run by him. Nice weighted pass, delayed pass there on Jordan Henderson. He drew a couple of players inside, and then a very nice angle run by Henk van Beek. Looks a good player. Him and Tyler BOKS have actually been quite good in the centres. Haven't had much to do. Codsmart saying from Wales, full-time 22/23 to Argentina. So we've got one person going Baby BOKS, one person going to Argentina. I think it's definitely a game that can go both ways at the moment. It's been very, very even. It's kind of comes to who pretty much manages it the best, because both of them have been quite good at getting points when they get into each other's halves. So it should be quite a close game. That's why it's always hot in this desert. Yeah, I can imagine. Right now, I mean, we're at that stage where I'm very keen for summer. I don't do cold the best of times, to be honest. So, yeah, if we can start getting warm again, that would be great. Jeepers, how long is this half time? We've gone like football and having 15 minutes. We really now see some stats. I hate watching your game and you can't go and find Winter's like 2 minutes old. No, to be fair, it got cold early and it got cold very quickly. A lot earlier and quicker than we used to. I mean, it's been cold for a good month and a bit now. Yeah, see, just nobody doing stats on this game, which is very frustrating. I'm a big stats man, so it's been nice to have gone through some of the stats. But here we go. Players are finally coming off on Paul Ruiz' stadium down in Stellenbosch. Trying to see if you've got any substitutions on here. We've got a big bench. It's going to have a lot of people on the bench. You have to have a designated front row, but apart from that, you can use anybody in your squad. It doesn't look like you have either side have played any changes. Argentina will be playing left to right for the final 40 minutes in the second game of the two matches today. Earlier, Uruguay beating Georgia 20 points to 15, which is quite an interesting result actually. But I was quite impressed with the Uruguay side. They had quite a lot of spirit in them, and they actually played a lot better than I thought we gave them credit for. I think we did underestimate them a little bit. Griffin Colby getting ready to get us underway. The time is back on. Argentina have kicked. It's a horrible little kick, but it's well controlled there. Decent take by Reynald Ludwig. So quite. Sorry, we're back. I don't quite know what happened there. A couple of issues with the internet and stuff like that, so just trying to sort that out. Let me get my scoreboard. We've got a penalty here for it's been my first Scrum penalty of the day, actually. So we can get our scorer back online. There we go. Yeah, so first Scrum penalty of the day for the junior BOKS. So it's a nice win. Oh, we've almost got a bit of sun coming out there from the looks of it. So Jordan Henderson will grant squad. There are limited stats on Sofa. I forgot about Sofa score. Not a bad shout, actually. Let's see what they've got for us. Oh, no, fair enough. We've got ball possession, which has been 61%, 39% to Argentina, apparently. Graham's turnovers, penalty. Oh, look, not much, but that's better than nothing. So thanks, Grant. Turnover here from Argentina after the junior BOKS. Oh, that's a very good run. It's my boy Bernasconi. This is very good from Argentina. Good read there from Henderson. Comes off the line. Didn't have too many players outside for the junior box. So it was a good tackle there. Argentina looking very good on the attack. A drop goal attempt in these conditions. Are you mad? As you can imagine, it's fizzed off to the right and gone straight over the dead ball. Why would you try a drop goal where you're basically kicking off mud? That's a very strange decision. It didn't go particularly well, as you can imagine. But a very, very odd call there. I think it was the number 12, which is Matteo Graziano. No, yeah, it was a terrible decision to try and go for that drop goal. I mean, as you can see by Jordan Hendricks's, well, restart, the conditions do not favor a drop kick at all. All the restarts have been pretty poor. So Argentina replied to the kick, and Jordan Hendricks said take it, but offside from the Argentina under-20s, who did not retreat, and so they've gifted the junior box a penalty. Still no subs yet. I think we'll start seeing them quite soon. Important to get your subs right, though. So, and I suppose the game is very much in the balance. So not really a game where you want to rotate too much. You've got Georgia next, which will be an opportunity to rotate. Seem to be the worst side down there. But, I mean, these two is basically probably a sort of an audition for the final. I mean, after the Georgia game, top 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 will be semi-finals and then a final for the series trophy. There's a little bit of silverware at the back at the end of the tournament. And I think we all know that we're going to see these two sides there. It's a nice strong take there from Ludwig. Jordan Henderson goes to Sasko and Lovu. He was a little bit flat-footed and he runs straight into his opposite number, who makes a very good tackle. And Argentina turned that ball over, but illegally so. Coming from the side is the call. So South Africa now having a penalty in a very nice favourable position. Interesting to see what they do here. It's very kickable, but do they want to go for something more? I personally would go for poles. I think that 17-13, you go for poles to convert to try away. They've been struggling to get, yeah, there we go, going for poles. Good decision there from the S-20. He's been struggling to sort of get over the advantage line a little bit, under a bit of pressure. So, you know, converting the points early in the first half and the second half will be a nice way to start things. So Jordan Henderson lines it up. And another very nice kick from the 19-year-old. He adds the 3 extra points, and the junior box go up to 20 points to 13 early in the second half. The Argentina restart. Chips it over. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, it's been spilled forward. I think it's Sasko and Lovu who's filtered forward. Yeah, the hand goes up there. Not a great restart. That's very frustrating. You know, when you go and get some points on the ball, put a bit of pressure, and then you drop the ball on the restart, put your team completely under pressure, especially with the scrum, which Argentina have been dominating. Handling errors 5-4. The Junior Springboks have made 5 handling errors, and the Pumitas have made 4 so far. Hello, Crossy, what part of SA are you from? I'm from Johannesburg, hence the Lion support. Joburg, born and bred. Yeah, I was here for 18 years. Now I spent 6 years in the Eastern Cape doing varsity, so know a little bit about the Cape down there, but yeah, back in Johannesburg after all that, and yeah. It's cold and dry up here. Oh, that's a good scrum. That's a huge scrum. They're still going. They're still going. And they're still going on Argentina, now knocking the ball on as they try to use it, but they'll go back for the penalty. This Argentina scrum is absolutely immense. I haven't seen a scrum domination like this in a long time. There's some big players this Argentina side. Yeah, Jan-Hendrik Wessels under a lot of pressure there. This will be cause for a bit of concern for Bafana Atletico. The scrums have been alright when the South Africa have had the put in, but as soon as Argentina have had the put in, it's been one-way traffic. Argentina have gone for the line. It's a solid line of win. Their rolling maul's also been pretty good. They've been told to use it, and they break off. Oh dear. And they've shifted to the point of contact. Yeah, changing lanes is the call there. So, bit of a rookie error there from Argentina. Right, so scrum domination since the World Cup final. To be honest, this is actually probably worse. I mean, literally, it's been every single time Argentina have got the front foot, they've gone and walked about 15 meters. You know, I mean, I tell you what. I mean, if you ever see a penalty try from like 22 meters or and beyond, this could be the day. Bit of afters between the players at the moment. Richard Van Ard watching from Kenya. Oh, there we go. So we're in Bahrain, we're in Kenya, we're everywhere. We're global. We're Wales. Solid line up there from the junior box. And they're getting their more on, so they're trying to prove that they can do it a little bit better. The ball has gone down though, so they've been told to use it. But they can't get the ball out, and it is a turnover ball from Argentina. Well played from Argentina. Nice and patient there. Waiting for the call from the referee. A little bit off some more of the players. I mean, it's a bit stupid, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. Have a chat. Chat to the two captains here. I mean, every single time, you know, there's a bit of pushing and shoving, and it's just a bit trivial, to be honest. Yeah, the referee just telling them to speak to their players. I mean, come on, chaps. It's Under-20s. There's, you know, we're probably going to see each other for a long time. Yeah, let's not be stupid and just disrupt the game with a bit of a big dig competition. So well done with the referee telling the players to go and have a word. As I said, it's just very trivial at the moment. Cross is watching from London, originally from Durban. Well, it's nice and wet down there. So yeah, I mean, pretty much London weather at the moment. Although you guys are in midsummer, so maybe not quite at the moment. But time is back on. We'll restart with the scrum to Argentina. A much bigger effort there from the junior box. They had a really good hit there, but it's well repelled from Argentina. The number 8 breaks off, runs straight over Jordan Hendrickson, who does manage to bring him down. I'll go to the back. Oh, it's been charged down by Henk van Wyk. And that's a very good tackle from Keenan Moody. And Henk van Wyk comes to make the tackle as well. And it's a penalty. Henk van Wyk for holding on. It's a bit harsh, I think. Well, it's a penalty to the junior box. Henk van Wyk was the man who charged down, and then Moody followed up with the tackle, and Henk van Wyk was all over him. But the penalty for holding on, which I think is a bit harsh. It's about maybe 2 seconds. The 9th penalty conceded by the Pumitas, and Jordan Henderson will have another opportunity to kick a goal. Hendrick says 4 from 4 so far this afternoon. He's kicked very, very nicely. One of the easier ones today, right up in front. Yeah, and it'll stroll straight through the middle. An extra 3 from the Lions fly half. 20 points to 13. 10 minutes into the second half. Very, very nice pressure there from Henk van Wyk, who was helped there by Keenan Moody. So yeah, it was nice early pressure because Argentina looking to clear their lines. Charge down kick. I think it was the inside centre. It was Matteo Graziano who was under a lot of pressure. Right, so we've got a couple of subs on here from Argentina. And I'm hoping they're front rows from the size that they are walking on. So I think it's Ludwig there. Right, so we've got a prop on. We've got Vaca on for top, and Bernasconi is off for Nunes. So my boy Bernasconi has left the field, so it's a new front row for Pumitas. There's a very big starting front row, so interesting to see how the replacements go. And now we've got some subs from the junior box as well. We've got number 25 onto the field. He's on Esterhazen. He's a giant, by the way. My goodness. He is on for Sia Ngiza. Bit of a quiet game from Ngiza, but decent, solid when he had the opportunity. He made his tackles. A couple of decent runs from him, but they've just brought in. I mean, jeepers, old Esterhazen is huge. Right, so first scrum for the replacement front row of Argentina. They had a lot of scrum success until now, so they'll be hoping that they can now come on and break down what must be quite a tired junior box front row. It's a big scrum for Argentina. It's another counter push there from the junior box. We've got an advantage. Henderson puts in the cross kick. Now, lots of space here for Ethan James. Puts in the grubber ahead. Henkelman Vakes after it. And it's very well defended. So it's a nice net result for the junior box. They'll have a scrum. It's well defended there from the Argentina number 14. Which is Caridi there. Nice cross kick there from Hendrickson. Lots of space that Ethan James had. And apparently a shoulder from Vakes, so it actually was a penalty to Argentina. So they've cleared their line. Oh no, they've kept it in. Brilliant stuff from Henderson, has managed to keep it in. Now the junior box on the attack through Moody. Miller now. Junior box one inside the Argentina half, thanks to a brilliant piece of play from Jordan Henderson, who kept that kick in. Henderson now brings in the replacement Esterhazen. But it's a penalty to Argentina for holding on. It's been a very good watch today, I must admit. I thought I was a bit apprehensive when I saw the weather, but it's been a very nice rugby from both sides. Saying anyone you see here for the junior box, you may get to play for our bigger franchise in the next few seasons. We will see Jordan Hendrickson. We've already seen Jordan Hendrickson for the Lions. I think we'll keep seeing him based on how he's played today. Jan Hendrik Wessels is very highly rated by Jake White. He reckons he's a buck in the making, so I think we'll probably see him quite soon. I'd like to see old Hinkhoff and Vake play a little bit more. I think with Lions losing Similani to the Springboks, I think there could be a potential to see Hinkhoff and Vake coming into the Lions setup. George Cornier is very highly rated at the Cheetahs, so I think we'll probably see him. Ewan Horn has just signed a new contract with the Lions. Ethan James was a decent player, so does Moody for the Bulls. Quite a few wings of the Bulls at the moment. Andre Fenter Hugo has already been on the bench in the Western Province, so I think he'll probably start coming through at down there. Argentina, meanwhile, are on the... Oh, they've got a penalty advantage. A dab through over the top. Offside is the call, so we'll go back for an Argentina penalty inside the S Under-20 half. Francois Baby-Boss getting more possession this half, 54.9 to 38.46. Yeah, they've had all the ball so far, so that would make sense. But now, Argentina now with an opportunity to add some points. They've pointed to the polls, so they're going to have a kick a goal here. Is the number 10, Ramiro Weisberg. Away from 1750. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Smash like on the video as well. So can Argentina now to kick their way back into a 7-point deficit? A nice converted try away. He's kicked so well so far, has Ramiro Weisberg, so I don't think there'll be too many issues there. Yeah, looks up straight through the middle. No issues there. Argentina strike back. 6 turnovers, 13 to the Pumitas. Yeah, that's a very big stat actually. But they've been very good on the ground at the moment. I mean this whole move came down to a very good turnover in the junior box half. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, that's about right. They've been very good on the ground. Have the Pumitas. Henderson going towards 22. It's a good chase there by Ethan James, and a very nice hit on the player there. I think it was Ludwig who made that tackle, and a very nice win on the ground. Who is that? I think it's Fenter. There we go. Andre Hugo Fenter. Brilliant win on the ground. He's won a penalty for the junior box right off the kickoff. And just like the junior box did, where they kind of made a mistake off the kickoff and allowed Argentina back in the half, Argentina done a similar thing. And they pointed to the polls have the junior box. Jordan Henderson will have probably his most difficult kick of the match there. It's a fantastic tackle. I think it's Hugo there, and under Hugo Venters there in a flash over. Nice white stars, low center of gravity. You're not moving him. He's been very impressive, has the Western Province hooker. And now Hendrickson with a much more difficult kick, 5 meters in from the left-hand touchline. So far, kicking 5 from 5, so he's kicked very well, but this is definitely the hardest of the day. Oh no, oh, is it curving away? Yeah, it just misses it from Jordan Henderson. Started on the right line, but curved towards the right afterwards. So, a rare miss there from Hendrickson. I think given the situation, I probably would have gone for the corner. I think that it was always going to be quite a difficult kick. Still early days here, so I understand the thinking of wanting to reply with some points, but it was a good field position to try and go for a line out. Meters have gone deep, and Kieran Horn fetches it and tips and takes. That's a wonderful take there. I think it was Weisberger took that on his knees, sliding forward. Very nice take. He loses the F22, but Argentina. Oh, that's a big counter ruck from the Under-20. And they've turned over. Very nice work from the baby box. Miller now takes it with a strong carry. Hendrickson, cross kick again towards Ethan James. And it's too fast, too far. Well covered there from Francisco Caridi, who calls for a mark as well. Probably not the right option from Hendrickson. Very nice take there from Weisberg. Got time off here, bit of running repairs. Some blood here from one of the Argentina players. Alonso, I was not sure how Andre Fenter's offspring ends up at Western Province. Is Andre Fenter not the king of Bloemfontein or something? Well, he did go to great college. So, went to school in Bloem, but he's now at Stellenbosch. So, yeah, look, I mean, I suppose, I think I'll probably also do the whole, I mean, Maltese is a fantastic side. Stellenbosch is a very good university. And Western Province, I mean, yeah, I mean, let's be honest, at the moment, career-wise, it makes a lot more sense to go to Western Province than the Cheetahs. So I suppose, I mean, yeah, that's the thinking there. It's a bit like Jan Hendrik Wessels, who was one of Grey Bloem's best players, and now at the Bulls. So line win there from the baby box. They're inside Argentina and 22 meters. They've got an advantage as well. Hendrickson goes out to Henker van Veek. Cuts inside. Brushes off one. Still going as van Veek. Davis now goes to Jan Hendrik Wessels. He's wrapped up. It's a very big hit on him from Argentina. Now scrum partner. Oh, that's a poor take from Simon Miller. They'll go back for the penalty. A couple of nice carries there, but not too much gain line advantage from the baby box. And I think right in front here, Jordan Henderson will surely take the points. Here comes the tee. They'll go for the points. Clock is back on. I apologize. If you're any live streaming to watch the game, the only way you can watch the game is DSTV Now, unfortunately. If you don't have it, then there's no way to watch it. Right, so Mr. first kick down by touchdown. This is much easier for Jordan Henderson. I don't think we'll have too many issues there. Couple of seconds, straight down the middle. And the Baby Boks extend their advantage to 10 points, more than a converted try. So that's a nice time to score some points. I reckon we'll start seeing some subs now to add a little bit of extra impetus to the Baby Boks. Right, so the restart goes towards the left-hand side, a much better take, and I think it was Kieran Horn there, judging by that left foot. They find touch right by the halfway line, so that's a decent X-play, so it's actually by the 10-meter. Santiago Verfeld back on the field for Argentina. He was the man receiving some attention from the blood. Argentina looking to set up a maul. And once again, it's a penalty for obstruction. Obstruction is the call, so it's another penalty for the Baby Boks. Things are starting to go a little bit more the way of South Africa. Argentina struggled so far in the second half. Possession stats have been much more towards the Baby Boks. Scoreboard pressure bringing up to 10 points. Jordan Henderson now finds touch about 7 to 8 meters shy of the 22-meter. The last 18 minutes of the game, Baby Boks definitely were in charge in the driving seat here. It's whether they can see out this game. See some subs coming in. Jordan Hendrickson. And it's been left behind by Tyler Boks. Big hit on him there. Left the ball behind and then, yeah, a massive hit just to remind him of it. That's a bit poor from the Baby Boks. Yeah, it was a bit weird. I mean, he took it fine, and then as I think he was trying to sort of get ready for the contact, just lost the ball before running into a brick wall. A reset here. Right, so we restart with a scrum here for Argentina, just outside the 22, towards the right-hand side of the field. It's gone straight down, but there's more that they have to use, and they have used it. Big tackle by Tyler Boks. They're trying to make amends for his mistake. It's a very nice tackle there on Argentina. Captain of Argentina now making a few meters. That's a horrible mistake. Horrible mistake. Horrible. I don't know who the man is. I think it's the replacement. No, it's the Argentina number 5 who's literally just nothing. They popped the ball up and he's knocked it on. And it's the lock, Lucio Ancantoni, who's knocked that on. And he's gifted this South Africa scrum right on the 22 in the middle of the field. One of the best places in the field to have a scrum there. And that's his last. That's horrible. That's his last involvement. I mean, there can be nothing worse than making a mistake and getting subbed immediately after that. You can't make amends. If they score, that's all on you. So he leaves the field. Still not too many subs from the South Africans. But that's a big scrum from Argentina. It's available though for Cornea. Goes to Davids. He's got Kieran Horn outside him. Who goes to Moody. Moody's got the pace. And he's got the power. Has he got the grounding? He does. He does. Brilliant stuff there. That's 4 tries in the series so far from Kane Moody. He's having the series of his life. Had a lot of work to do. They went down the right-hand side. Horn delayed the pass, but still plenty to do for Kane Moody. And the youngster goes straight over, riding the tackle, managing to get a grounding as well. That's brilliantly worked by the baby BOKS. Yeah, Horn's delaying the pass slightly. And Kane Moody just riding the tackle and getting the grounding down right in the corner. Expert finishing there from the young wing. He was devastating against Uruguay. He's been devastating again today. And here we go. Now we're seeing a couple of changes from the junior BOKS. It's Sasko and Glovu who's made way, as well as Corne Walbach. I don't know who's replaced them just yet. I would imagine it would be Sibosiso Shongwe. And from the corner, Jordan Hendricks has slotted that perfectly. So 33 points to 16. Baby BOKS now well and truly ahead. And comfortable. 18 points in the match so far from the young Jordan Hendricks. So he's been absolutely brilliant. Probably the man of the match so far. Jan Hendrik Vest was also making way. Okay, junior BOKS replying with a kick. It's a big tackle from them off the kickoff. They returned the kick and the man under the ball has been wrapped up there. So Argentina got possession on the halfway line. We'll confirm the subs as soon as we can see them. It's number 20 on the field for South Africa, as well as number 18, as I said, Sibosiso Shongwe. Number 20, I think, is Reynard Mouton. But it's straight to touch. I think it's from Hendricks. So a rare mistake from the Lions flower half. And the Argentina will have a line out all the way back in Baby BOKS territory, which would be a nice opportunity for them to try and hit some points back. Last 15 minutes of the game. A lot of work for Argentina. Still not out of it. But a lot of work to do here. And they have to score quite quickly. It's a very nice finish here from Kane Moody. It's a big tackle on him from number 21, which is Facundo Velalba. But he shrugged it off and managed to get... Oh, hang on. This is going to be a try. Argentina have gone from the side. Oh, that's a brilliant step from the replacement hooker. Oh, has he scored? He has. He has grounded it. Well played. Well played. Credit to you. And Argentina hit back. Game on. Game on. Horrendous coverage from Supersport. But when we cut to it, the rolling maul was apparently going. And the replacement hooker, Martin Vacker, then went off to the side. Stepped one. Shoved off somebody else in the tackle. Gets the replacement, I mean, gets the grounding in. Big more here. And you can see they break away, and he decides that he's going to go himself off to the left. Kane Moody misses the tackle, the replacement, and Hendricks can't quite wrap him up. It's a very nice finish from him. Argentina hit back, and game on, really. They've deserved that of Argentina. They've had some very good moments where they haven't managed to capitalize, and this game is still very much alive. Very difficult kick here, right on the right-hand touch line. He is right-footed though, so he'll be able to try and bend it in. Wants to start on the right-hand post and just trying to drift it over the middle. That's a beautiful kick. Beautiful kick. Straight down the middle there. 33 points, 23. The gap down to 10 points. Weisberg's kicked very well today. It is great. He's kicked very nicely. The huge maul. And then it's a breakaway. And you can see steps away from Kane Moody. And the replacement Mouton can't get enough on him. Hendricks also comes in, but it's too late. He goes over in the corner. Brilliantly converted by Weisberg. And Argentina give themselves a lifeline with 14 minutes to go. Offside there from the junior BOKS, so it's penalty advantage for Argentina. Intelligent play there from the Argentina outside center. Strong carry again. Good tackle there from Ethan James. Quite a few phases here from the Pumitas. I think still got a penalty advantage. It's very solid defensive from the junior box. No gaps just yet. They go down the side. Oh, it's very well played. Eventually gets balanced touched as the number 22. Does he? Nope. He's managed to keep it in. And the number 14 there, Perita, he gets pulled into touch. They go back for the penalty advantage. Solid defense from the junior box. There are quite a few phases there from Argentina, but just not getting any gain line advantage. So they find touch just inside the junior box, about a couple meters ahead past the halfway line, between the middle of halfway line and the 10-meter. With 12 minutes to go, Argentina need to score relatively quickly if they're going to try and give them a chance. The penalty count so far, 9 points to 12, with Los Pumitas making more penalties, or conceding more penalties so far in the game. It's another big rolling Moya from Argentina. They're still going. It eventually uses it. It's been left behind. So it's been turned over. Tyler Box comes away with it. A nice carry from him. Nobody behind there. So Bradley Davis sees the space, kicks him behind. It's a big chase there from Ethan James. Very nicely turned there from the Argentina player there, who then kicks a strike down the middle. Hendrickson now deciding what to do. Shaping to kick. He sees some space down the right. The bounce of the ball. Well read there by Argentina. He's got a bit of space and they'll find touch. Or will he find touch? No, it doesn't find touch. So Jordan Henderson can use it again. This time he's looking to run. Chips ahead. That's a horrible kick. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? He's chipped it straight into the 22 and you can see a 22-meter. Really poor from Jordan Hendrickson. Had to play inside of him, so really no need to chip. They've taken it quickly, have South Africa, so I think it stays now. They're going to they got Henk van Wyk. He leaves the ball behind and he's knocked it on just inside the Argentina side. Van Clerk, who is fuming, barking into his walkie-talkie there. Lots of gesticulating. He's not happy with what he's seeing on the field at the moment. And to be fair, quite sloppy from the junior box. After getting that lead, and being so dominant in the most of the second half, suddenly just sort of taking their foot off the gas a little bit, making a couple of basic errors, maybe just trying to overdo it a little bit. Time to go back to the basics and just see the game out. You've got a decent lead. Do the basics right. It's the last 10 minutes, nothing fancy. No need to do anything out of the ordinary. Just get it done. And that's the point of these Under-20 series, this is all preparing for the Under-20 World Championships. So, seeing out a game is important. It's very well read by Bradley Davis, who's wrapped up the Argentina scrum half. They've managed to keep him up. I know there's a call come in for more, but it's available for Argentina. Very nice defense there. Very good awareness from Bradley Davis, the scrum half for Baby Box. Box kick coming in here from Argentina. Looks like it's quite a lot of distance on it. So Kuhnhorn's got a bit of time there. Uses his left foot, kicks down the center of the park. Not a great kick. Very nice, very well done by Henk van Wyk, who's followed up. But I think it's offside there from Van Wyk. So there'll be a penalty to the Pumas, or Pumitas rather, inside junior Baby Box half. So yeah, this is the time for them. They've looked good in the last couple of minutes. Big decision to make here. They're 10 points behind. A penalty gets them one penalty, a converted try away, and they're pointing for the points. So backing themselves to be able to get back to the Baby Box, score a try here. Be the fly half. He's kicked very well today. Has Ramiro Weisberg. Another substitution here for the baby box. Number 27. So his 5 from 5 was Ramiro Westberg, kicked beautifully. The last conversion was right on the touchline. He sloshed it without any issues, so I don't think we have too many issues here. Strikes the ball very well, sails over the bar. 33 points to 26 with 7 minutes to go. Very much been a battle of the flower house. It's been quite a tactical game, which you can imagine with the conditions. Still very wet, very muddy. It's very brown out there. And just a tricky restart down on the ground there. It's been well taken by the number 8, Jacques Ovidio. Step here for the box kick. Here's Albanese. Oh, it's a brilliant take there by the number 16 replacement hooker. So Argentina have one possession, but SA Under-20 have won a penalty on the ground. I think it's Kieran Horn who's won it. Brilliant, brilliant moment. That's a big moment from the baby box. Under a lot of pressure. Fantastic take by Martin Vacker, who had actually just scored a try recently, but Kieran Horn was there over the ball to win the penalty. Yeah, I mean, Vacker, after that brilliant take up against Ethan James, just losing his footing right in front of Kieran Horn, he then managed to wrap him up and win a penalty for holding on. And Hendricks has asked for the kicking team. So this would be an impressive kick. It's 5 meters in on the halfway line. He's kicked well today, has Jordan Henderson. Missed just the one. This is definitely the hardest one, though. I reckon probably about... Must be about 50, or just over 50 meters on the distance. So a big kick here from the youngster. Has he got the distance? Has he got the distance? No, it falls well short. Yeah, distance is always going to be the issue there. It's difficult to get a firm footing out there as well. So distance is going to be an issue. Probably not the right decision. So that's a replacement there, judging by how clean those shorts are. I think it's Nick Estate has just come on. Time off there. Yeah, it was always going to be a difficult kick at that sort of distance. I mean, as I said, it's probably about 50 to 52 meters on the angle. Very wet underfoot, so you can't really get decent grip on the angle as well. Oh, and they've lost the line and have the baby box. It's getting a little bit messy here. Big hit, big hit. I think it's Jordan Henderson who made that tackle. Yeah, it is. Quick ball here for Argentina. Nice big tackle by Esteisen. Oviedo with another good carry. Very good carry there from Argentina. Making a couple of meters here, but running out of time, really. Yeah, just not great finishing from the junior box. Another penalty advantage from Los Pumitas, so they can kick the ball, and if they convert a try, the draw is on here. And it's just basics from the junior box. You know, probably, as I said, a very, very difficult kick for Jordan Hendricks. So it probably would have been better to kick to the corner. You know, wind some time down. There's another big more here for Argentina. They've been told to use it once. As they approach the 22 meters, it's still going there. They're broken away, so lots of meters being made here. They're well into the 22 now. They've been told to use it. The replacement takes it up. It's a good tackle there from the baby box. Ran over the ball. Has he managed to win it? No, it hasn't. It's available for Argentina. Number 20, the big carry there by Alto Blittersola. Big test of defense here for the baby BOKS. Thought they'd won a turnover through Nico Steyn. Another big carry from the number 20. Good carries here from Argentina, making it half a meter by half a meter at the moment. Right, what are the baby BOKS made of on defense? This is what it comes down to. And they've forced a knockout. Very, very impressive from the baby BOKS. Lots of an extended round of pressure there from Argentina. And the baby BOKS did very, very well to just ride the wave, stay nice and firm, and eventually force a knock on. Very, very nice. Bafana Mtleko will be very happy with that. After quite a few mistakes in the last sort of 10 minutes, really, which have allowed Argentina back into the game, that knock on is huge. You can see by the celebration how big that moment is. Time is off here. We've got less than a minute to play. So all the junior BOKS really need to do is win the scrum, kick the ball as far down as they can. Big scrum here for the baby BOKS. Can't afford to concede a penalty. And it's a reset. Of course it's a reset. Right, time off, so they're going to have a couple of words with the front rows here. It's another reset, so now some pushing and shoving, some dragging, some kicking, some who knows what. Yeah, it's all just a bit trivial at the moment. Lots of pushing and shoving. The game's done. There's really no need for it whatsoever. So I have another reset scrum here. The time's pretty much over. So providing the junior BOKS win the scrum, they should be able to kick it out for a very, very hard-fought victory. It's been a brilliant game, and I think if the final can be anything like this, I reckon we can be in for a cracker, assuming these two teams do make the final. Available for Nico Steyn. They've played the scrum off early. And it's a penalty anyway. Playing the scrum off is the case. It was always going to be offside, but it's the last sort of ditch there from Facundo Villalba. And some more pushing and shoving. I mean, the game's literally done, so it's just really just childish. Yeah, Jordan Hemsworth taps it, kicks into touch. Final score down in Stellenbosch, 33 points to 26. Very, very good encounter. Nice and physical. Within the conditions, a lot of skills being shown. Some very nice individual performances there from the baby BOKS and Argentina. As I said, hopefully that we see something like this in the next game. But yeah, thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. We'll be live again later. Francois says, thanks, Stephen, for the stream. Hopefully, I'll get to see you cry into your brandy and Coke later. Yeah, we'll see everybody tonight for the Lions versus Western Province Currie Cup encounter. Until then, please keep well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please, right now, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1750. So if one person right now can just hit the subscribe button, we'll be there. And I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all very soon.